And I've already got a loadout on here, so you can choose bombs and missiles and guns and all that. I'll change this to, where is it? I'll change this gun to a more satisfying cannon, a bit like something on an A10. So you'll see it appear on there. Whoosh. Nice. And off we go. So it's not exactly a sim, but neither is it arcadey. You'll see. Here I am. But before I can do anything else, I need to start this bad boy up. So you can see, I mean, there's a lot of cool detail on the cockpit and so on. You can't see it because of the, there you go. You can see the cool kind of glass effect here, and the shadows, you know, and all that kind of stuff, which look really cool. Hello. Now, first thing is to turn on my APU. Well, actually, I need the battery to start the APU, so I'll put the battery on. So I've got electricity now, but the battery on its own is not going to last long, so I need to start the APU. You should be able to hear that starting up now. And if you can actually look back there and see the seats where people can climb in later on, there's the ammo canister for my cannon. I can open those doors back there, so if you can get in and you can hear the engine sounds coming out there. And if I lean forward, I can actually see the weapons on the wings, and I'm getting a bit ahead of myself, so let's start up the engines. Start those bad boys up. Now this thing has Vtol capability, so turn on the HUD, and we can turn off the APU now. We don't need that anymore because the engines are running. Doors are closed. Now you can also adjust like the seat position and things like that, but we've got a virtual joystick here, rudder pedals. You can see the cannon down there through the kind of glass floor of the plane, and you can see the engines are running, and there's my throttle. But before I do that, I can stick on external cameras, which are actually like rendered in real time, or actually not quite real time, or equipment loadouts, and where is navigation, that kind of thing. I'm not sure if you can have two navigations. I think you probably, oh no, you can't. Look, you can only have one. That's annoying. Okay, cool. You've got some autopilot stuff up here, and let's look at our fuel burn and estimated fuel burn, and there's a fuel flow meter here, tick tick tick. This guy's cool because he helps you to understand the G-forces. Alright, so I think we are ready to go. Now I'm going to do a vertical takeoff, so we don't have to do very much. Just power up the throttle and take the brake lock off. You can see a bit of dust being kicked up there, which is really cool. Rolling back a tiny bit, so let's do this. And you know what VR is like, this feels incredible. So I'm using two hands here, one on the throttle. I'm rotating the joystick to get a rudder effect. I've forgotten what the name of that's called on a helicopter. I should know the name of that. Now let's go. More power, more power, more power. There we go, we're off. You can see the G meter there. Now while it does that, I'm just going to put on a couple of autopilots. Let that hover for me for a second while I chat to you. So you can see up here, I've adjusted the hover altitude so the autopilot is going to hold my hover. I'm going to put the gear up.
Landing gear.
And it started nagging me. I can actually turn off the cautions. This virtual cockpit is incredible. Everything does something. So I want my seat to be a tiny bit higher. So I'm just going to do that quickly, which is here. No, it isn't. It's here. There we go. Perfect. Look at this. Turn on the cockpit lighting. You can see these lights up here. At night, that's really cool. Look at the cockpit reflection on the glass. And actually the shadowing off the light too. This is a pretty crazy game. It just feels incredible. Now, since we've barely left the ground and we're right above my base, it seems perfectly safe to arm the cannons. So I've got the big bad boy cannon armed. Let's go and cause some trouble for that ship. So we're going to transition, I hope I get this right, we're going to try and transition into horizontal flight. So I'm going to get a bit more altitude before I do that, because it's going to kind of sink a bit when I do that. Well, you can look out there and still see the engines in vertical flight. Look, you can actually see the burn. Put some flap out. I think we'll probably be able to see the flaps. You can hear them. We might be able to see them on this external cam. Let's have a little look. Yeah, there they are. Okay, I think that should be enough altitude, so I'm going to turn off this autopilot. I'm going to transition. You can see up here, tilt. You can actually see the engines have tilted out. You can actually transition them, look. And off we go. When we get near the ship, I'm going to go back to a hover because it's a lot easier to... Well, actually, no, I won't. I'll straight front. I think it's actually a friendly ship, so this is probably very, very inappropriate behavior. Here we go. Master arm. This should fire when I press the button. You can actually see it spinning down, and look at that. Over the top. Woohoo! Let's come back in and see if we can do a traditional landing, non-Vtol landing. So I'll bring my speed back down to something more reasonable because I'm bombing it a bit. Oh no, I'm not. I'm about right actually. 200 and something. Oh, I still got my flaps down. That'll be why. So, as you can see, it's kind of, the flight model is fun but forgiving. But you do have to be aware of what everything here does. There's quite a lot of stuff I can't quite remember. And there's actually an eject handle here which you can pull if you get into trouble. I have a sneaking suspicion you're going to see that in a minute. I love the way you can see through the glass floor. They're making a multiplayer mode for this game, like 2 people in the same vehicle, which is just going to be unreal. Chris, I might send you this video, Chris Boyle. Man, you need to play this with me if so. 190 knots, probably a little bit. You can declutter the display like this as well. Grab this knob here, declutter. Well, actually it's showing my sync rate, so it's probably not a great idea, but... Right, my gear is down, my flaps are down. I'm coming in. This should be alright, I think this should be okay. Okay, let's do this. Nice shadows there. Sinking a bit early. There we go, there we go. I mean, you wouldn't say it's a beautiful landing, but it's a landing. Or is it? Yeah, it is. Okay, brakes. Oh, actually, I didn't need to use brake lock. I could have just feathered the brakes properly. Oh well, I'm down. Let's go and put this thing up. Turn off the battery. That's not what I wanted to do at all. Let's do the brakes. So So let's go and park this guy up, and I'll show you a couple of other cool buttons. The control. I think you can radio into control as well on the comms. I haven't done this yet.
Alpha 1-1, tower unable.
Yeah, it's probably a bit late for me to be asking for permission to... What's my brake? Oh, the brake's on this end. Okay, there we go. I'm running away a bit. You can feather the brake, you can see my little brake meter there. Let's park this guy up in here. So yeah, this is cool. Watch the shadows come over the plane as I go into the thing. Oh, actually they didn't.
Ready to rearm and refuel.
Never mind. Park up there. Brake lock on. Engines off. Battery off. We're good. Open the back doors. And out we go. Now that is pretty cool, eh? Awesome. Take care, man. I hope you're well. Oh, one more thing. Check this out. Put my visor down. Night vision goggles. On my visor. I don't know how it's doing that without my battery on, but let's not dwell on that. Got an MP3 player, like every good fighter jet. I think we're going to have to eject into the roof here. I think that's the only right thing to do. So here we go. Yeah, that didn't end well. Cool, take care, bye.